Today I'm going to show you how to make the standard version, the intro and the outro of a song. Okay, my advice is that you have two versions always of your song. One is the radio edit, this is the one that you should upload to streaming platforms, and the other one is the extended version. In my opinion, the extended version, you only have to use it to send it to DJs, because in Spotify, people don't really want to listen to extended versions, okay? Or upload both. So my advice is 1 week before, start working on the promotion of the song, start sending it to some DJs. Okay, so this is the project of the song. I basically made it here live on Twitch. As you can see, I have reference songs because this way I can get better ideas, but especially in this case was for the mixing of the song. And for the intro and the outro, you don't need to complicate yourself. What you need to do is basically take the drums of the drop, take something from the break and put it here, just like this. Basically, I'm gonna take the kick, I'm gonna take these drums. We can also take the ear candy. Maybe we can also take this vocal drone and move it here. The intro, how long does it need to be? In more kind of EDM genres like progressive house, bass house, future house, these kind of things, usually is 16 bars, okay? Just have it like this. Now, something important, in the middle of the intro, right here, my advice is to don't have the kick, or at least don't have it normal, because otherwise it's gonna be so boring, there's not gonna be really a change. And so, what you want to achieve is in the first part of the intro, make it like a bit more empty or a bit less energetic, and then in the second part, make it quite energetic. To achieve these kind of things, first you can have maybe like not have this here and have a fill. Maybe, I don't know, you can filter the lows here like boom, 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 boom. And another thing that is pretty important is in this first part of the intro, you're gonna have a low cut in the kick. Doesn't need to be like this, because this is not gonna sound good. You want to have a low cut, but still keep some of the low end. You just want to reduce a bit the very, very sub frequencies, so this way later you can hear more sub frequencies and it sounds stronger. Do you have to make the first 8 bars of extended intro unmelodic, only root chord? Not necessarily, but it's good. With this theory that I told you is how you need to build the intro of your song. Okay, and then the outro is gonna be just the opposite. So, are you gonna have all your drums, all the basses, the leads, the chords, whatever, everything since the beginning of the intro? Maybe it's not the best option. Do I have any fill? Yeah, this one. Okay, and I'm gonna have it here. So here I can delete all these drums. And now what I'm gonna do is take all these drums and filter them. The problem is that the intro is gonna be way more empty. It's not gonna have all the sounds. So right now, these sounds for this part are too loud. So what you need to do is to control them. The easiest way is to move all of them to one group. But, well, I'm lazy to do that. So I'm just gonna make unique. And each one of them, I'm gonna change the volumes. Alright, what else we can add to the intro? For example, I have here this vocal drone from the drop. What I want to do is to change it a little bit. What I want is a tremolo effect. And what I'm gonna do is automate this, so it's more like I like to use rhythm tones in the intro as well. You can have whatever sounds you want in the intro, but I prefer to use only the sounds from the song because that's the theory. Intro for introducing the song. For example, another thing I like to use is the pads. What I'm gonna do is in the first part of the intro, first 8 bars, I'm gonna have it just loop the first chord. But again, the chords like this are not that good, a bit boring. So what I'm gonna do is have different things for this part. It's very important to know that in different parts of the song, you need different processing. It's not the same, the processing that you need, for example, in a piano in the break, than if you use that piano also in the drop. It's different because it's gonna be combined with different sounds. So in the end, they're probably gonna need, I don't know, volume or different effects to make it more interesting or less interesting, or just have it there to cover space. So first I'm gonna have a bit of sidechain, EQ to cut some of the lows, and maybe here we can also use the gate effect. Okay, I think the piano is too low, so what I'm gonna do is make this unique, maybe have the piano 1 octave higher. I'm gonna add more ambient sounds, maybe from the break. For example, I can add this one, it's a good kind of impact. We're starting to have like the structure of the intro. Now, for example, we're gonna start to add maybe the mid bass filtered, the lead melody, maybe with another sound with a plug instead of the leads. Maybe we can have other things. For the end of the intro, I'm gonna have this. For example, sometimes it's good to have in the middle. I'm gonna have this. And maybe increase the reverb. Somebody said an ARP could work well, and I have here this ARP. Another important thing I always recommend you is when you finish the extended version, you export it and you go to the mastering project and you master the extended, and so put the extended and the radio edit together in a project, do the A/B testing and check that everything sounds the same. Because now as we are applying effects, yeah, I'm just trying to activate this only in the intro, but maybe there's one that I don't remember to create automation or whatever. Maybe the effect in the song. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is have the mid bass. Maybe if I filter and I have it pretty quiet, it works. And in this case, I'm gonna have an EQ. I want to make it sound clean in the intro, so maybe a filter doesn't clean it that well. Okay, but in this part also I need the sub bass. Maybe I can have the leads. So I need another noise that is gonna be this one. So well, now that we have the intro, what we need to do for the outro is the same, but the opposite. What I'm gonna do is basically take everything I have on the intro and now put it here. The thing is, you need to flip these two parts of the intro, because this is the quietest part and this is the energetic. Then, on the bass line, on the second part of the outro, I don't want to open the filter, I want to close it. You don't want to have the leads at the second part of the intro. If you want to have them, put it at the first. But maybe here, I'm not gonna have the leads. And let's see how this works. Okay, I like it, but be careful with some things. For example, here we have the bassline, and the bassline I have a filter. But then here, where the filter is like this, I do have the bassline. So I don't want this to be affected. So here, in the extended version, I'm gonna cut it like this. Okay, so at the end of the outro, well, there are different ways to end. Let me see how right now it ends just like this. Okay, for example, I don't like that, this last note on the ARP, so maybe I have the last one like this. Okay, what I'm gonna do is the pads, I'm gonna filter them. I like it like this, and I don't need any kind of downlifter. So well, basically like this you can create intros and outros. You can see everything we have, we took it from the drop or the breaks. But this way you can create the intro and the outro and have an extended version of your song.